Hello my beautiful family, how are you guys doing today? My name is Antoinette Hunter from Amazing Growth. I am back again with another video. If this is your first time watching my channel, you are welcome, very welcome. I am so excited. On this channel I talk about education in general, educating children and families, and also giving technique and strategies on how to deal with different circumstances and situations in life. I'm going to talk to you about how to get an autistic person focused. How do you get them to focus? That is my subject for today. So I want you guys to grab your popcorn, share my video, and let's talk. So some of the skills and strategies to help autistic children with paying attention is to choose interesting activities with clear end results. So you want to choose interesting activity with clear end points, meaning that you don't want anything that is going to be a surprise to them. No surprises whatsoever, because your goal is for them to learn, and you want them to be able to function and be able to respond to you in the activity, to know if they are learning, if you know if they are understanding what you're trying to let them do. So your goal is to make sure that the activities are very clear and you don't want to do too much at the same time, because it's just going to confuse them. Usually when I want to do an activity, even if that activity is not really interesting, I know the child I'm working with. I know their likes and I know their dislikes. I understand the triggers. I am going to make sure that if I am working with a child and I want to do an activity in the classroom that I know this child might not be interested in, or even when I'm working with a child on one-on-one, if they're not interested in the activity, what do I have to do? I have to modify things. I have to choose an activity that is going to create or give results. So my job is to modify that activity, because I have a goal. If I'm talking, for example, I'm talking about tree study, I'm doing tree study, and I know that this child might not be interested in one of the activities that I want to do. What do I do to make this child interested would be my point, my goals. Knowing that they might not be interested in probably touching or feeling some of the texture, what do I do to make sure that I get that child interest? I am going to bring things that are going to make that child excited, incorporate it into the activity, so that way that child would want to stay and sit down and respond to me and engage with me, so I can get better results and help that child to function better and to enjoy learning. Because if they do not enjoy learning, they are not going to learn. You have to understand, it's not what I want, it's what will be helpful for that child. The next thing you want to do is to give effective instructions. How do you give an effective instruction to a child that is so young and they might not be reading yet? Use visuals. Visuals are very important, and do not minimize written, like print on the visual. So if you want to work on a topic, for example like trees, and you have a picture of a tree, you want to write the word tree on it. If you're talking about the roots, you want to put the root of the tree with a line indicating the root. Some of these children are very smart. They enjoy print. It's amazing how God works. Their brain Some of their brains work like computers and they enjoy lines sometimes and the formation of scripts. So do not minimize them and say, oh, they might not be reading, so you don't want to label things for them. Your instructions have to be very effective with excitement. How do you put excitement in it? Again, it's understanding what they like. If they're sensory seekers, make sure their instruction have sensory things on it that you can cue them into the sensory part of the activity. If you're doing tree, they might like touch sponges. You want to use sponges for them. Things that make noise like plastic bag. I'm just giving you an example of instructions to be able to engage that child in activity that they would like to do, because almost every activity that you want to incorporate in learning, even in teaching them how to read, write, and spell, there are ways of doing it to make them want to learn and to get them very engaged and functional. Okay. Talk and play. Babies learn through play. You talk. Exaggerated facial expression will take you a long way. You're actually playing with them. You're giving them the language that if they don't have the language, you're giving them the language. Example, a child does not know, for example, if a child doesn't know how to request, what you want to do, hand over hand, give me, and hand the object to them. Once you model the skills a few times, they will be able to use a gesturing give me to request for their wants and needs. And also, do not forget to make sure that you stay consistent and enjoy the pattern of play that they like. There are certain ways that they like to play and certain structure of their play that will draw them closer to you. Okay, and you learn all of these things by understanding them. Sometimes the book will not even tell you that, but the child will tell you how they want to play because they communicate in different ways. Sometimes I just walk into their world and don't say anything to them. And if I know that they like praise, I can just praise them from a distance and not touch them. If I do want to go and join in play, I have to ask for permission to see if I can join in play. If they say yes, I will join in play. But if they say no, I am not going to join in play. I am going to join in play with my own self. Yes. And then they would want to come to me because I'm going to try to get what they're doing to attract them to come to me by bringing something that they like and talking to that thing. Okay? Model task. Modeling is one of the greatest ways to get the child to communicate with you, to join in play with you, and to interact with you. When you model the activity, you make the task very clear. You do, I do, we do. Okay? We do. I say, I do, I go first. Switch, switch, switch. If it's washing your hands, switch, switch. Shwee, 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 and then you go next. Just make up anything. Kids are excited for anything. You know, you show your little face, your facial expression, they will be happy. The kids they're easy to please. Now you want to prepare them for transition. I have said that to on so many of my videos, because the thing with working with children in general and working with children with autistic developmental delay in a general classroom, there is a way on how you deal with them with transition. Every child is different. Some kids, once they hear the timer, it's time to clean up, they'll transition very easily. Other children, that timer doesn't mean anything to them. When it's time to clean up, they do not want to clean up. So that way you have to present them what's coming next. Once you know what's coming next, your life is easier. They make your life very easy because they know what to expect next. And whatever is coming next creates an excitement that, okay, we're going to do this next. So it gives them that assurance that I'm not just cleaning up and not have anything to do. I am going to transition into another phase of excitement. It doesn't matter what they're doing. Find that thing that is going to capture their attention. You will. I usually say to myself, when I'm in a position where I'm dealing with a very difficult situation, I take a moment of silence. There are times when I tell my assistant I'm going to the bathroom. Give me a minute. I go to the bathroom, use the toilet. That's the time that I communicate to God. And it might sound very strange to some people, but that's what I do, and that's what works. I do pray. Yes, I go to the bathroom and I talk to the Lord and I say, God, I need you to talk to me. I'm having a problem. If the child name is Jack, I'm having a problem right now with Jack. I don't know what to do with Jack. I don't know how to transition with Jack. This is what Jack is doing, Lord. You created Jack. You know everything about Jack. I need an answer on how to keep this child calm, collective, and functional. Please give it to me. Bingo, right away. You know, I feel a sense of peace. I might not get the answer why I'm still in that bathroom, but guess what? By the end of the day, or at some point, I am going to get an answer. I always do. That has never failed me. That is what works for me. I don't know what works for you, but I am telling you that prayer makes a whole difference. You know, you don't have to lay your hands or touch your child and say, here. Nope. You talk to the Lord and He will hear you, and He will give you an answer and a solution for that child that you're facing difficulties with. That's my strategies, and I want to pass that on to you guys, and I want you guys to try it even at home. When you're facing a difficult time and difficult moment, you can just be quiet sometimes and just say, okay, I'm gonna be quiet now. You go ahead and play and I'll be quiet. They don't know what I'm doing during that time, but it's amazing how they are fascinated by my silence. During the time I'm silent and I'm sitting face to face with them, I am invoking the heavens. I am telling my God to come for an intervention because He knows that child. And I've seen my kids progress tremendously. I'm telling you, a child that wasn't talking, have no words, I've seen them, you know, from 0 to words, to making requests. I want cookie. I want, you know, a labeling object, because I know that these things work. They work very well. You know, this will bring me to an end of my video. I hope that this video really helps. I hope it helps. And thank you guys so much for watching. Remain blessed and always pray. My channel is based on the foundation of God, and thanks for your support. Goodbye.